So what was the last topic that we have done?
Packages. You
Okay.
were going
Mhm.
through, and we were starting Java encapsulation.
Okay. Packages.
Yeah,
No. So I think I was done with packages or we were on packages.
I think done with it. You were almost done with it.
Okay. So we have to start access modifiers. Okay.
Yeah.
So access modifiers. Now what is access modifier? See, access modifier, visibility. Okay. How much a class or a method is visible. Okay. So basically there are four access modifiers: public, private, default, and protected. So let's see all of them one by one. So suppose I have a class. Okay, this is the class. Hello. Okay, and this, if I will create the public, I think public everybody knows. If I'm creating a public method, okay, it can be visible in a project anywhere. In a project, if I'm using this public method, I'm creating it in a public class, so I can access this method anywhere. Okay, if I want to access in this class, I can access, and I'm also doing that. You can see over here. So I'm doing that also. So this is your public. I think no problem with the public. Okay. So let's go for the default now. Suppose class A. Class A have a method. If I'm not writing anything, no, by default, it will be default type only. If I'm creating a method like this. And I'm writing. Okay. So, so if I want to access this method, I can access it, access using the object. I can do that. This is a default type. See, but what if I want to access within a package in a different class? Let's create one more class. Class. Okay. Now I have a method, public method, public static void main string string. And if I'm trying to access that hello, now it's not present in hello, it's present in A, which is in demo class only, and it's not a public class. So let's see this also. So if I'm saying what was the class name? A, I think. Yeah, A. So if I will try to say A is equals to new A. So let's see. You can do that. Why? Because it's a within a package. Within a package you are doing. Okay. So if you will try to say A dot, okay, display is visible. Display is visible. So if you will save this and if you will run this, it will run fine. 5 years. Okay. But if I will go inside a hello, and if I will try to create an object over here, A is equals to new. Okay. Now, first of all, it will give me an error why it's a different. It is present in a different. Plus, I am not creating this as a public class also. So if I'm not using public, by default, it will be default type. So let's create in public so that it can be accessed outside also. Okay, suppose over here I'm doing in this one, in public class. Okay, default is not visible outside the package, by the way. Okay, now suppose I'm saying, now it's not A, now it's demo. So demo D is equals to new demo. It will be visible because it's a public class. Okay, I have imported, I think already. Okay, demo, demo. Okay, it's in demo package now. And this car class is also in a demo. Not in this, we don't have to, you know, actually in hello. So in hello, I'm saying demo D is equals to new demo. Okay, now we have to import it. Why? Because it's present in different package, so we have to import it. So import it. So I've imported it. Now if I will say d dot, see display will not be visible. Why? Because that is a default type. So what is default type? Default type is only visible within a package. Within a package. Outside the package, your default will not be visible. Got it?
Even though we can import the package also, we cannot access it.
You cannot see that method. It will not be visible because it's a default. If you want to see this, you have to create it public. Now you can see this. So if you will say d dot, now see display is visible. Okay, but if you will not write by default, it is a default type. It will be a default type. So if you will try to do that, it will not be visible. Not visible. Okay. In within a package, you can access that. If you will say in a car, if I want to access, you can access it. You have to create the object because it's a within a class. Within a within a package. Within a package, you can access it. Why? Because both are present in same package. Okay, but hello is in a different package. So you can import that class and you can use a public class. Even a default class also not visible outside the package. Okay, so default is not visible outside the package. Got it, everyone? Okay. Private, I think everybody knows about private. Private means if you are creating anything private, you cannot access outside the class. It was only in within a class.
Rajesh, in real time, which what modifier access modifier we use most?
Depends on the scenario. Okay. Basically, private, public, everything. Okay. I have not used protected that much. Okay, but these three I use a lot. Many time I have used it. Okay, DP. So if you are creating any method, private you have to use. Private is the most used. Okay, because when you will create Kojo Bean classes, you have to create that. So if you are using just DP, so you cannot use this outside the class. I think everybody is clear with the private. It's not visible. Why? Private is not visible outside the class. Got it, everyone? Three access modifiers. Everyone is clear with the three access modifiers: public, private, and default. I think three of this access modifier is visible to everyone. So sorry, like, okay. Now let's talk about the last one, which is a protected. Okay. Okay. So if you are creating a method protected, PRO okay, protected. So if you are creating a protected method, so within a class you can access it, no problem. See, you can access it. The display is visible. Okay, no, not giving any error. So within a package you can access. Now let's talk about the outside the package in hello if I want to access. So if you will try to do this, see, it's not visible. It's not visible. So how can I do that? So you have to use extend keyword. Extend car. Now car okay, it's in demo. Huh? Demo. Demo. Okay. Now you can say d dot. Okay, okay, 1 second. I think not this. You have to create one another class A. Okay, no. Okay, okay. What you have to do, what you have to do. Like this, you cannot access. Like this, you cannot access. If you want to access that method, now you have to create the object of hello. Okay, hello. Hello, H is equals to new HELLO, and using hello, you can access. Now see display is visible. Okay, so using this class, now this class extend demo. So if you will create the object of hello, then only it will be visible. If you will try to create an object of demo, it will not be visible because it's a protected. Okay, so using subclass object, you can access that. Got it? So this
Can
is
you
your,
explain it again, Rajesh?
if you are creating a protected method inside a class. If you want to access it, access it within a package. You can access it normally with creating the object, no problem. But if you want to access this method outside the class in a different package, so you have to extend that class, okay, in which you are having that protected method. You are saying extend hello extends demo. Now using the object of hello, you can access that method. If you will try to access that method creating the object of demo, it will not be visible. Only using hello. So you can only access protected methods with the help of object of your subclasses. Okay, the object of subclasses. Which is subclass? Hello is subclass of demo. Demo is a parent, hello is a subclass, child class. So using subclass, you can access that protected method. Got it?
So like in real time when you are programming something and you create packages like this and you can access for a different program, the same thing. But oh yeah, now I understood. Thank you.
No doubt, anyone? Okay. So give me 1 minute. Give me 1 minute. Yeah. Do you having like my voice is okay? Yeah, I have already downloaded, not uploaded. I have uploaded all the recordings on your drive and the channel. If anyone is facing that breakage, you can ask me. Okay. Give me 1 minute.
Yeah, it's breaking sometimes.
Now also it's breaking or now it's fine?
For a while it will be okay. After some time it start breaking.
Okay. No problem. Let me connect it. Give me 1 minute. Nobody have no doubt? Okay. So now next is our encapsulation. Encapsulation, a very important topic. Encapsulation is something like if you are creating a class, okay, and you are creating a variables, okay, this variables will be private, and now the question is, sir, you have created all the variables private. It means we cannot access this variable outside the class. Okay, Ji, correct. You are correct. So to access these variables, we have accessors. Okay, which is called setters and getters. Okay, so let me create the setters and getters. And setters and getters are nothing. They are just a methods, public methods. Okay, they are just a public methods. See, they are just a public methods. Public int get x. It will return you the value of x. Integer type return x. If you want to set this value, we have public void set x. It is in the parameter, it is taking one variable and it is setting in x. Okay, so this is called your setter, this is called your getter to access this private variables. Just like this.
They are Rajesh, they are by default private class or you have to assign them as a private class.
No, I'm not. See, never create a class private. If you create a never create a class private, no, class will always be public or default. Over here, I am creating default class. I am creating private variables. Okay, and to
Sorry, I
like
meant to say
variable,
private.
right?
Yeah.
okay, and to access these private variables, we have setters and getters. These are just a methods, public methods. Okay, this method will return you the value of x. Okay, see, get x. Okay, and this method will set the value inside x as a parameter. You are taking in a parameter x. Okay, similarly, there are two types of setters. First, is your normal method if you want to set the variable. Second is a constructor. Constructor is also a thing where you can set the variables, and constructor is made for that only, to set the variable, to initialize the instance variable. Okay, so these are the two ways you create your encapsulation tightly. And now the question, one more question, let me tell you. If anybody says what is a POJO class, what is a bean class, what is a tightly encapsulated class, all the three things are same. Okay, encapsulation, this is called your tightly encapsulated class. This is called your tightly encapsulated class. Okay, means all,
Can you
if you,
repeat those three keywords again, please?
one second, I will repeat again, one second. See, if you want to do encapsulation, there is only two rules. Create, all the variables should be private. All the variable should be private. Second, you should have constructors. Okay, and setters and getters. Constructor and setters and getters to access that variable. Now, I cannot access the variables directly. See, I cannot access it. If I want to access it, I want to use my method. So if I want to set the variable, so I will set x 12 c dot set y 10. And this is very important thing I'm telling you. C dot set z. Okay, now you have set the value. Now, if you want to get this value, simple call the method. These are just the method. These are just a method. Okay, so you can say c dot get x, get y. So it will give you, return you the value of your y, z, whatever you need. Okay, so if you will run this code, see. Hi guys. Why hi guys?
Mhm.
Okay, this is a different. I have created in a different class. Okay, but if you will print it, it will give you the value of 5, which is 10. Okay, so this is your getter and setter. Now, using constructors also, you can initialize the variables. As I always say, in a constructor, you can pass all the three parameters and it will set it. So setters, there are two types of setter. You can set the value by constructors also, plus with the help of your setter methods also. And if you want to get the methods, you can use getter method. Okay, getter, it will return you the value of the variables. And always create a class tightly encapsulated only. Now, if anybody asks you what is a bean class, BEAN, bean class, POJO class, or tightly encapsulated class, all the three things are same. In bean class also, you will have all the variables private, setters and getters, and a constructor. In tightly encapsulated class also same thing, but POJO class is a different. Okay, plain Java object. Okay, which is a different, means a bean class will never be a POJO class, but a POJO class can be a bean class. Means in POJO class, you can create a tightly encapsulated class also. Plus, like POJO classes, if you have created two private variables and one non-private variable. Okay, now this is your POJO class. Plus, this is not a bean class. This is not a tightly encapsulated class. This is a POJO class. Okay, but this is a POJO class also. This is a bean class also. This is a tightly encapsulated class. Got it?
Getting confused again.
Simple thing. Now, no need to get confused. Now, see, simple. If you want to create a tightly encapsulated class, what is encapsulation? Normal thing. All the variables will be private, and to access that variables, we have setters and getters and a constructor. Got it? This is clear with everyone. No doubt in this thing.
Yes.
That
Okay.
means encapsulation is basically we are binding a value,
This is a
right?
theoretical thing, but in practical, you will
Yeah.
say you have to create the variables private. That's
Yeah.
okay.
No, it's just to clear the.
Hmm.
That's why.
No problem. Good.
Yeah.
Okay. Now there are three terms people use. Three terms people use: bean class, POJO class, tightly encapsulated class. All the three things are same. All the variables will be private, have setters and getters and a constructor. But there is one small difference in POJO class and a bean class, which is also called tightly encapsulated class. And what is the difference between POJO class and a bean class? A POJO class is, see, listen carefully. A POJO class can be a bean class, but a bean class cannot be a POJO class. Means, if I will remove private, now this is not a tightly encapsulated class.
Yes.
This is not a bean class, but you can say this is a POJO class. This is a POJO class. It means a POJO class can be a bean class. Correct? If I will write private over here, it is a POJO class and it is a bean class also. Getting it? The point, getting it? It is a POJO class also, bean class also, tightly encapsulated class also. Okay. But if I will remove private, now it's not a tightly encapsulated class or a bean class, but it is a POJO class. Getting it? Everyone? Getting it or not? Simple,
Yes.
yeah. POJO class is a normal class. It can have a
Yes.
private variables in simple words. Okay, and it cannot also have a private variables. Okay, but bean class and a POJO tightly encapsulated class will always have a private variables. Simple. Okay, don't get confused. Now let me ask you two questions and then we will done with the OOPS concept. We are done with the OOPS concept. Then we will move forward for the arrays. Okay, give me 1 minute. Let me open my page. Okay. Now this is which class is a tightly encapsulated class and which is not.
A and C.
A and C.
Okay. So correct. Okay. Give me 1 more minute. Let me write it.
Y con toda la mierda de vacuna, ¿sí? O sea, con estos logos, como nos quedamos de lo que todo. A tener la cosa para cuidar contra una de los otros. Que es saber que todo.
Yes, second, one second. Okay. The next question is, this is the next question. Now tell me. Take your time and tell me which class is a tightly encapsulated class and which is not, and which is an encapsulated class. According to you, as you answer. Okay, take 1 minute and give me the answers.
So class B is default the protected class. And if there are two private class and the one public class, it is called POJO class. So there's two private and it's extending A and B. It's just, I think, just
Gayatri,
A.
can you mute yourself? It's audible.
Oh, sorry.
Only A is tightly coupled.
No, you have to write in chat. See, otherwise everybody will know, na? You can directly ping me. Okay. Otherwise, yeah, directly ping me. Okay. So that everyone should get a chance of telling the answers. Otherwise, they will not try. And I'm not getting the answer. Only one person have answered. And you have to directly send me, not everyone. Okay. Do it. So everybody is saying A, B, A, B. Let's see. So the tightly encapsulated class is only A. The reason, if I will create the object of A, I cannot access X. Correct? I cannot access it. Why? Because it's a private. Okay. Now let's talk about B. Now B is extending A and A is having a private variable, which is correct. Good. But B is not having a private variable. Means this is not a tightly encapsulated class. Okay. B. Now let's talk about the C. Now C extend B, which is not a private class. Oh, sorry, which is not having a private variable. So it is a private variable, good. A is a private variable, good. But B is not having a private variable, and C is extending B. So C is having properties of B, and B is not having a private variable. So C is not a tightly encapsulated class. Got it, everyone? Everyone is clear with the topic? Okay. So this is called your.
But I have a doubt.
Hmm?
Hello, Rajesh.
Yes, yes, yes.
Can you go back to example?
Okay. 1 second. Yeah.
Before this function, B extends A. That means B also having the properties of A, right?
B is having the properties of it. Okay,
But
it's a correct.
here after that you're calling C extends B means B C is having the A and B
Properties of
in-
B plus A. Okay, and B
Yeah.
is not having a private variable. So C cannot be a
Okay.
tightly encapsulated class.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, got it.
Now this is a small map. You can see this private within a class, within a package. No. See, within a class only you can access private. Within a package, no. Outside the package, no. No. Okay, default within a class, within a package, yes. Outside the package, no. Protected, yes, yes. Using child class, you can access it, but outside the package, no. Public, access everywhere. Okay, so this is a small table, you can read it. Good. Okay, now let's talk about the array. Very important concept. Okay, and very, very important interview level questions also. People usually ask array questions. Okay, very much. Now, what is array? Okay, now let's see in a paint. So, array. So if I will say, suppose I want to store a 5-student roll number. So what you will say? How can I store it? So you will say, sir, create 5 variables and store it. Simple. So I say, I have to create 5 variables. What if I want to store a 20-student roll number or a name? So say, sir, you have to create 20 variables, which is not a good idea. So for that, we have arrays. For that, we have arrays. Okay. So array is like this. Okay. And in array, you have indexes, you have blocks. Okay. Suppose I want to create a 6 size of array. Suppose I have a 6 size of array. Okay. So in this, I can store 6 values. In this, I can store 6 values. And always array will start from 0th index to n minus 1, where n is the size of your array. where n is a size of your array. Okay. Now 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if you will talk about the index, okay, it will start from 0 to 6. And what is this is a 0, and what is this? This is n minus 1, the size of the array minus 1. So size of the array is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And 7 minus 1 is 6. So the last index is 6. Got it? Okay. So this is your array. Now you can store 6 students, like you can say Ram, okay, Lee, you can say Mohan, okay, Vicky, Rocky, Sam, Rajesh. Okay, so see, these are the normal without even creating 6 variables. You have stored it in an array. How to create the array now? So whenever you have to create the array, you have to tell the size of it, because array is static. Like you have to give the size of the array. So if you want to create an array, first of all, you have to tell him like which data type you have to store in array. Okay, you have to tell him a type of the array. What type of array? So I'm creating a string type. So I'll say string. Okay. string, string. Okay. Now we have an array symbol also, which is very important. Okay, and what is the symbol of array? This is a symbol of array. Got it? This is a symbol of array. It means you are creating the string type of array. Got it, everyone? Okay. Now you will give the name of the array. What is the name of array? Students. students, students. Okay. Is equals to. Now array is a predefined class. Array is a predefined class plus non-primitive data type. Array is a predefined class plus non-primitive data type. As I have told you, there are two types of data types, primitive and non-primitive. Primitive data types are keyword, whereas non-primitive data types are your predefined classes. Got it? So we have a non-primitive. This is a non-primitive data type. So array. Okay, so you have to create the object of the array if you want to use. As it is a predefined class, you have to create the object. So say new. Okay, and you have to write the data type, string type of array. So new string type of array. Over here, you will declare the size of the array. What will be the length of the array? So I will say 7. Okay, so using this thing, you will create this array. It will be created this array. Okay, and the name of the array will be student. Okay, students. Got it? In students, you are having this array. Got it, guys? Everyone is clear with this? No doubt? No doubt? Okay. So how to fill the array and how to print the array? Now, if you want to fill the array, right now you have not, it's empty, suppose. It's empty. I'm saying right now, you don't have any value. So let me erase this. Okay, see, I'm erasing it. You see, it's an empty array. So over here, you will have null 0. Okay, so I will say at 0th index. Okay, index number is 0. So you will say student. It's a reference variable. So using this only, you will point to this array. At 0th index, array of 0 is equals to Ram. Okay, then you will write this line. At index 0, you will write the name Ram. Okay, Ji. Now, first index. So I will say student at first index, I will place Rahul. Okay, Ji, you are placing as first index, you are placing Rahul. I'm saying student as at second index, I'm saying AJ. Over here, you will have AJ. Okay, Ji. Now you're saying, suppose I'm only creating 5 size of array or 3 size of array, it's too long. Okay, only 3 size. 0, 1, 2, 3. Index is
The
3,
voice is
size
getting cracked.
Okay. Now, am I audible now?
No, it is still distorted.
Oh, yeah.
Your time. Yeah, I have an internet issue. I have to change it. Okay, now it's audible. Hello, am I audible now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, now see. So now I'm having only size of 4. Okay, not 7. Over here I'm having 4. Okay, I'm creating small array. So now I'm saying student students, students of third is equals to Sham or Sam. Over here you will have Sam. Okay. Now I'm saying students of fourth index is equals to Rahul or Sunny. Now it will give me an error. It will give me exception. It will give me exception. What exception? Array out of bound exception. Array out of bound exception. Why? Because my last index is only 3. Okay, my pointer is over here. Now I'm saying array of 4, which is not there. Which is not there. So it will give me error and it will give me, sorry, exception, and the exception will be array out of bound exception. Got it, everyone? Array out of bound exception. This will be the exception, which I will get. Okay, sir, you are correct. Got it, sir. Okay. Now suppose if I, sir, the question is, sir, if I will do students and if I will say second is equals to age Ajay, what will happen, sir? So I will say nothing will happen, just it will override the value at index 2. Instead of AJ, now you will have Ajay. Okay, sir. Sir, what if I want AJ? So it's not possible. Once you have overrided that particular thing, once you have replaced that thing, you will not get the older value. Okay. Okay, sir. This is also great. Okay. Now, how to print the array, sir? Sir, like right now you are writing, see how many lines, getting the value, fetching the value. So what can I do? Simple. You can use for loop. You can use loop because you are repeating your value. Sir, how to write? Suppose I want to fill my array. It's an empty. How can I do that? If you want to take a dynamic value, use scanner first of all. Okay, if you want to take a dynamic value, so use scanner. Paste from .in. Now use for loop. Create an array first of all. So you will say, okay, sir, suppose I want to string values only I want to fill. I will say, okay, no problem. You can give any name. ARR is my nickname of the array. Okay, you can give anything. And it will be 5 sized. Okay, now I will say for loop. From where to where? 0 to n-1. N-1 is array dot length also you can say. It will give you 5. It will give you 5. The length is 5. It will give you 5. Or you can say n also. You can take as a n and over here you can put n. Okay. Also you can do like this also. Now plus plus. Now inside this you will say. Now index is from 0. So you can say ARR I is equals to FPL dot next. And this is your how you will insert it. And if you want to print it, so you can easily do that also. And you can say that I can print it also. PRI 27 and you can say AR5. So this is how you can print it also. Now let's explain. Let me explain you this. So you have used a scanner class for input. Suppose you have created the 5 size of 5. Okay, over here I have given 5. Suppose it's 4 only. Okay, it's 4 only. Suppose. So okay. Now for loop. From where to where? I is equals to 0 till n minus 1, which is your array dot length. Array dot length is 5. So 4. It will run for only 4, not for 5. Okay, because smaller than I. Smaller than 5. I should be smaller than 5. I plus plus. Okay. So I is 0. So ARR 0. At ARR 0, scanner dot next. So you will print the value from console. Suppose you are saying R. So R will be stored over here. Now I will become 1. So at first index, A. Okay. At second index, J. K. Now out of bound, so it will go outside. For printing also, from 0, R, A. Everyone is clear with the topic? Everyone is getting the topic or not? No doubt till now?
Yes.
Okay. So basically array is very important in terms of your interviews plus in your projects also sometimes. Okay. But in interview, in real life, in MNC also, most of the question is asked from array. Array is very important concept in terms of interview questions also. Okay. People ask right now, this is only the basic concept. And if you want to polish your logic also, no, use array. Array will clear your logics plus it will it will increase your logical power, like problem solver you will do. Okay, like Fibonacci series, add any numbers. Okay, dynamic programming also comes from array only. There are a lot of problems you can search on websites. I have already told you, but over there only do school level questions. Don't go for the easy, medium, hard. Okay, these are like tough one. Okay, so this is your basic concept of your array. Plus, there are more things which I should tell you. There is a predefined class. As I have already told you, arrays is a predefined class. ARR. Okay, so in arrays, you have lot of predefined methods also, like sort. Okay, if you want to sort your array, we have sort method. We have reverse method. We have as list method. So we have lot of method. We will continue the class as I have already. I have to. Okay.